RiverBender.com's live coverage of today's game is brought to you by Macias Insurance Agency, your local independent insurance agent. Andy's Auto Body, Tire, and Auto Service and Sales. Auto Butler Car Wash and Express Lube, located at 1706 Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Roper's Regal Beagle, the Metro East's premier sports bar and grill. Shell Community Federal Credit Union, the one place to go for all your banking needs. Liberty Bank, bank local, bank Liberty. Ruderman Plumbing, your locally owned plumbing superheroes. Gerard Fisher American Family Insurance, all of your protection under one roof. Tom Lane State Farm, your good neighbor agent in the Riverbend. First Mid-America Credit Union, exceeding member expectations since 1934. Roberts Ford, the value store since 1949. 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, locally brewed craft beer and the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. Calc Institute of Technology, your future, your success. C&B Bank and Trust, Illinois' oldest bank.
Back deep for the Eagles to receive this kick, Nick Newell, one of the deep men, and we'll have to try to pick up the number of the other. Liam Mayer has the ball teed at his own 40-yard line for the Explorers, and we are underway. It's a high drifting kick that hits at the 10. It's kicked around and finally picked up. The man is hit, stays on his feet, and finally brought down as he crosses the 20 to the 21-yard line. On the return for the Eagles was John Whitworth, and he's lucky he found the football because he kind of kicked it.
Well, he did the stumble and fumble. He just didn't do the fall. Unfortunately for him, the ball did come back out to him, and as he retrieved it, then he tried to spin back to the center. Didn't get much yardage, but I think right now CM's lucky and thankful to have the ball.
CM's quarterback, Adam Hill. He's a returner. He was a standout last year. He's a senior, 6'1", 180. They will run that spread offense. As Hill is the last man onto the field, they don't even a huddle. They send two receivers to the left side, another wide to the right. That's Whitworth in the backfield with Adam Hill, who sets up in a pistol formation. And the snap and the give to Whitworth, trying to find running room to the left side, and he is finally hogtied and brought down, and it was Brady McAfee who came up and made the tackle along, they had some assistance there. And that was Xavier Jones.
Yes, good double team there on the tackle for a little or no gain. Maybe they'll give him one, call it 2nd and 9.
And again, Whitworth, the lone setback. This two receivers to the right side, which is the wide side of the field. Hill on 2nd and 9, back to throw, lofts it deep down the left side, and the flag is thrown out near midfield. The defender there for the Explorers kind of got tangled up with the intended receiver. For a moment, no flag came, and then finally it did. That was Jeremy Strable on the coverage. I thought maybe they just got their feet tangled, but they finally throw the flag, and they're going to call it interference against Marquette.
Well, that's exactly what happened. They got their feet tangled, but in the end, Strable kind of put a slide in there, and it kind of looked like a soccer move. You could have gotten a yellow card.
Well, I don't think they have any. They didn't bring the yellow cards tonight, thankfully. And so it's a 15-yard walk-off against the Explorers, and the first down of the night goes to the Eagles by penalty. I'm not sure that the receiver would have caught that, even if Strable hadn't gotten tangled up with him. But
he couldn't take the chance.
1st and 10, Eagles at their own 37-yard line. Here's the give to Whitworth, trying to sweep the left side. He eludes one tackle at the line of scrimmage, stays on his feet, out across the 45, out to the 46-yard line, and that'll go as a gain of 4 for John Whitworth.
Whitworth did a good job of turning the corner. He eluded the first tackler, finally was brought down on the play over there by number 22, Brian Nagy, but not until he had a nice gain of 8 or 9, going to be 2nd and short.
And the Eagles right back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, actually that was a gain of 9, not 4. My mistake. Back to throw. Hill looking out to the right side. He's got his man, and he's got some running room across midfield, and finally brought down at the Explorer 46-yard line. On the reception for Civic Memorial was Brett Lane, but there's a flag on the play. There's an injured Explorer as well, so we'll sort all of this out.
I think the question might be on that one kind of a crackback block, whether he got the front number on the jersey or not. It looked like at the time he was going to get away with it. I'm not sure. Nope, they're going to call a holding call on the offense.
So Brett Lane made the reception, but it will come back on the penalty. And the injured Explorer got up under his own power and I guess came here to the near sideline. So they walk it off from the spot of the foul and put the football down at the 39-yard line. So in essence, it wipes out the play and it's 2nd and 9 all over again. Third and 9. On the third down play, 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right for the Eagles. Lane turns, gives it to Whitworth up the middle, bounces it outside to the right side, and he's got first down yardage and then some across midfield and driven out of bounds all the way down at the Explorer 43-yard line. And that'll go as a gain of 18 for John Whitworth. And he just kind of tiptoed his way down the sideline.
Like he was on the tightrope there as he went down the sideline, picked up an extra 8 or 10 yards, fumbled right at the end of the play, but fumbled right out of bounds.
1st and 10 Eagles at the Marquette 43-yard line. We played just a minute and 15 seconds here in the first quarter. We're scoreless. And Hill back to throw. Quick swing pass out to the left side. That's Whitworth. Whitworth, lots of running room down the left sideline. Breaks a tackle and finally bumped out of bounds all the way down at the Marquette 19-yard line. And that'll go as a gain of 24 on that play. Little swing pass.
Yeah, I don't know what John Whitworth had for breakfast, or maybe it was lunch, but we need to find out because it's really energized him.
And the third first down of this drive for the Eagles. And right back to the line of scrimmage they come. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 19-yard line. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Hill in the pistol formation with Whitworth to his left, back to throw. Now Hill's going to take off and run right up the middle. He's finally hit and brought down, but not until he takes it down to the Marquette 11-yard line. And a gain of about 8 on that carry for Hill as he couldn't find a receiver and just took it right up the gut.
Outside linebacker for the Explorers that time did a good job of mirroring Whitworth as he went out there. That was the first choice, but he was covered, and so that deflated the opportunity for the pass. Had to go with the run, and now got a timeout on the field. No, they're ready to go.
Had an injured player come off. And a pickup of 8 on that carry for Hill on the scramble. 2nd and 2 for the Eagles at the Marquette 11-yard line. 3 receivers to the right side, another man to the left, to the right side, the wide side of the field. Hill, long count, takes a snap, drops to throw, looking into the end zone, still looking, now under pressure, and he's dropped from behind. Got back to the line of scrimmage, but no further.
Big number 77 there on the stop as he did a good job of making sure he didn't get away from him.
And that's James King, so no gain on the play. And it brings about 3rd and 2 for the Eagles at the Marquette 11-yard line. Receivers left and right. And the give is right up the middle, and the running back has first down yardage all the way down to the Marquette 4-yard line. On the carry for the Eagles that time was Zach Williams, his first carry of the night. And he picks up 7 and the 4th first down of this drive.
Yeah, nothing fancy about that one at all. He just said, I'm going to follow this big offensive line, and they nearly took him to pay dirt.
1st and goal Eagles at the Marquette 4-yard line.
Big number Curtis Deckert, one of the linemen that he followed.
One of the Deckard triplets. Now Hill rolling to his left, lets it go into the end zone. He's got a man wide open. There's a touchdown. A touchdown for the Civic Memorial Eagles. Making the reception in the back corner of the end zone is that number 9. It is Brendan Rickey.
Yeah, Brendan Rickey, a 6'3", 215-pound senior, found a spot, just kind of sat down there, and they found him for the touchdown, and now the extra point attempt to see if they can make it 7-0 here in the early going.
So a 4-yard touchdown pass from King to Rickey. And the extra point attempt upcoming out of the hold of Brett Lane. And it's a high snap, so Lane's going to try to run it in. He's at the 5, trying to get to the pylon, and he's in. He just got to the pylon for the 2-point conversion. And Colin Hall was going to try to kick it, but the snap was high.
And there just showed how good of an athlete Brett Lane is, as he took that one and simply outran the defense to the corner. He knew he had to go straight to the pylon. That was his only chance. He made it there for the two-point conversion.
So 9:13 remaining in the first quarter. The score, Civic Memorial 7, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Red or black, silver or gold, new or used. At First Mid-America Credit Union, they know options are important to you. That's why they've made relationships with local dealerships where you'll receive all the extras with First Mid-America Credit Union's low rates and financing done on the spot. All you have to do is decide what you want. Your car, our loans, they're made for each other. www.1stmidamerica.org or call 618-258-3168 to speak to a representative.
Where the Civic Memorial Eagles put together an 89-yard touchdown drive. Started at their own 21 after receiving the opening kickoff. And that drive took 2 minutes and 47 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, a couple of times they took one step forward, 2 steps back, but they maintained.
I might have said 7-0. It's 8-0. They got the two-point conversion. Now the return by the Explorers. Return man right up the middle, and he takes it out to near the 30-yard line, and that's where the Explorer offense will start its first series of the season.
Is that 33?
That was on the return for the
32.
Explorers.
32. That'll be number 32.
And that was Jesse Simmons.
There we go. Jesse is a 5'8", 150-pound senior.
If we're a little slow on the uptake calling these Marquette numbers, it's because they gave us a roster that's in alphabetical order instead of numerical order. So.
And my problem is I have new glasses but still old eyes.
Yeah, there you go. So you add that all up, and we may just be a little bit slow. So we've got a little delay now as the officials are doing what? I'm not sure.
Talking things over with the Marquette captain, so I'm not sure if there's something.
Oh, there was a flag. There was a flag lying out at the 40-yard line. The tackle was made at the 30.
Do you want the ball at the 30, or do you want to back him up and make him kick it again? I like making him kick it again because those big guys who were coming down on the kickoff team, they've got to do it all over again.
Well, it was a chop block by the kicking team, so that's going to be, what, a 10-yard walk-off, right? So I never saw the flag, but that's because it was the flag was thrown so far away from the action.
I don't know if I've ever seen a chop block by the kicking team. Now they're going to walk back inside the 30 to the 25. Oh, yes, indeed. Take that penalty.
15-yard walk-off.
Okay.
So 8-0 Eagles, and now they're going to kick from their own 25-yard line. And the Explorer deep men.
Simmons is back there again.
And I believe the other deep man, well, I can't pick up the number. We'll find out if he turns. And
he goes for a touchdown. We'll get it.
We'll figure it out. That's right. So here's the kick, and it's a high end-over-end kick taken by one of the up men at the 35 to the 40 to the 41-yard line. There's a fumble on a big pile up at the 40-yard line, and let's see who got on top of it. The Explorers say they did. What do the officials say? The officials say the same, and so Marquette will start 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. On the return for Marquette, one of the up men, and I don't see that number on our roster. The fellow was wearing number 4, and he coughed up the football when he got hit. But the Explorers got it back. So no turnovers yet in this ball game. And that penalty cost the Eagles 10 yards because the Marquette Explorers were going to start from their own 30. Now they start from their own 40, 1st and 10. Trey Aguirre, the senior quarterback, in the pistol formation with 2 receivers to the right side, another receiver wide left. And here is the give to Brady McAfee, trying to find some running room to the left side, and McAfee picks up a yard, but no more. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Explorers. McAfee, well, yeah, he got a yard, and that's about it. A 1-yard pickup for Brady McAfee. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 9. Two receivers wide to the right side. Two more wide left. McAfee sets up to the left of Aguirre, who's in the shotgun. Aguirre takes the snap, hands it to McAfee, trying to find some running room to the right side, cuts it up, and gains a couple. May have gotten out to the 43 for a gain of 2, but it's going to be 3rd and 7. I'm not sure why he's not on the roster. He's their kicker. He was a starter last year. So 3rd and 7 for the Explorers, just shy of their own 43-yard line. Receivers left and right. Aguirre in the pistol with McAfee behind him. Now, Aguirre appears to be changing the play. And on 3rd and 7, he takes a snap back to throw over the middle. He's got his man out to the 49-yard line and just a yard shy of the first down. And I believe, let's see if we can get that was Brian Nagy that made the reception, and it's 4th and inches for Marquette. I mean just inches.
And Aguirre looked like he knew those backers were coming as he was pointing at both of them and said, hey, when they get in here, hold them up so I can get rid of the ball. He did just in time, come up just short, but I think they're going to gamble at midfield.
So Marquette keeps the offense on the field.
Unbalanced.
And unbalanced to the left. And a direct snap to the running back who fumbles it and covers it, and the Eagles will take over on downs. So the Explorers may have just outsmarted. Well, it was just a lack of execution there. They went into the Wildcat formation. The direct snap went to McAfee, and McAfee had trouble getting his hands on it. Went back and covered it at the 43-yard line for a loss of 6, but the Eagles will take over on downs.
You like the play call there. They had the manpower, just couldn't make the connections. If you don't have the ball, you can't run forward.
1st and 10 Eagles. They lead it 8-0. We've got 6:42 remaining in the first quarter. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 43-yard line. Adam Hill in the pistol formation with receivers left and right. Drops to throw. Quick receiver screen, slip screen to the left side, and the running back. The receiver is on his horse at the 20, at the 10, at the 5, and he is in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Civic Memorial Eagles. David Lane, the leading receiver from last year, goes 43 yards on a little wide receiver screen to the left side.
Yeah, some good picks over there on that far side, and once he angled back, he was basically untouched all the way, and you could tell enough speed there, he was going to be difficult to catch, and the CM Eagles make the Explorers pay quickly for that mistake on 4th down.
Well, I don't know. It wasn't really poor tackling by Marquette because nobody ever really got a hand on him. He went all the way from the left side, cut across, and took it in just inside the right pylon.
Yeah, normally when you talk about a seam, you think north-south or east-west, but that was a diagonal seam, and he just went through there, and as you said, virtually untouched. But you got to credit those lead blockers over there for sealing that off to get it started back to the middle.
Well, that's the way you draw it up. When you draw up a screen, you say, okay, we're going to get some blockers out in front. And they did, and Lane took advantage of the blocking. So now the Eagles call a timeout as they try to line it up for the extra point. So they lead it now 14-0, and we've played less than half of the first quarter thus far, and this is exactly what Marquette was hoping to avoid.
Yes,
they wanted their defense to come out and kind of shut things down.
Well, you know, the thing of it is, as you said last year, they came out with that good methodical first drive and then fell behind. This is even worse because at least they had some momentum. Right now, the field is not as level as it was a few minutes ago.
So now the extra point attempt by the Eagles, Corey Price. Well, now they're going to go for 2. And a direct snap to Corey Price. And Price stacked up at the goal line, but they say he got in. So the 2-point conversion is good. And the Eagles lead it 16-0. 6:29 remaining first quarter. Civic Memorial 16, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, we believe that great food paired with our own locally brewed craft beer is a staple in life, and we want to share that experience. At 4204, you will find a menu that complements our very own award-winning craft beers, and we serve the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. You can find us in both Alton by the Alton Square Mall and at our original location at 4204 West Main Street in Belleville. Come visit 4204 Main Street Brewing Company today for an experience you won't soon forget.
16-0 Eagles. We're live at Public School Stadium in Alton, and Davian Peebles along with Jesse Simmons back deep to return the kick for the Explorers. And the run-up and the kick, high end-over-end kick. It'll be Peebles from his own 17. Tries to cut it over to the left side, finds a seam. Peebles at the 40. Peebles to midfield before he's stacked up and brought down. And he was only about a step from breaking that one all the way. But the Eagles had a couple of deep men back there, and they lined him up and brought him down at midfield.
Yeah, I thought possibly a spin move might get him open, but he decided, I want to play some hard-nosed football. I'll take you on one-on-one, and gets it all the way out to the 50-yard line.
So the Explorers started their first possession at their own 40. Now they start at midfield. So field position has not been a problem. Now they have to figure out how to move the football. Now we've got a sideline warning against Marquette.
Uh-oh, he's pointing his finger, too. He must be serious.
He pointed it twice. He gave the motion twice.
Does he want us to back up here, too? We're far enough away,
If we back up any further, we'll be in another zip code. You know that. You're complaining about your glasses now.
Yeah.
You'll need.
Well, one thing nice about it, up here you can say anything you want about the officials. They're never going to hear you.
They'll never hear it. 1st and 10, Marquette. Trey Aguirre in the pistol formation. Brady McAfee to his left. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Line of scrimmage, the 50-yard line. Aguirre back to throw, quick out to the left side, completes it to Jesse Simmons, and he takes it inside the 45, down to the 42-yard line, a gain of 8 on that completion.
Yeah, Ricky Lafferty with a good open field tackle there, as he didn't get a whole lot of yardage after the catch, but nonetheless a good pass play for first down.
Second, well, it's not quite. 2nd and about 2.5 for the Explorers. Aguirre takes the snap.
Oh,
he wanted to throw it out to the right side and lost the football and then had to cover it. He was going to throw a quick pass out to the right side, and it just slipped out of his hands, and he had to turn around and fall on the loose football all the way back at his own 47-yard line. So that'll go as a loss of 11 yards.
Yeah, they had the idea of running that single screen out to the wide side, see if they could cut back to the middle and get a good gain out of it, probably similarly to what CM did with their touchdown play.
Call that a 7-yard loss, and now it's 3rd and 11 for Marquette from their own 49. So the Explorers have done as much to stop themselves as the Eagles have. Marquette with a fumble on 4th and inches, and now Aguirre drops the snap. He's sacked all the way back at his own 38-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 11.
Yeah, the Eagles playing some games up front there as they're doing a little looping and bringing those linebackers, and they're coming through quickly. And I think that the Explorers having trouble picking that up, and as a result, they're having trouble picking up the ball.
So now Liam Maher will come in punt formation. He'll stand back at his own 26-yard line awaiting the snap. Back deep for the Eagles is John Whitworth, and he stands at his own 20. 4th and 21 for Marquette. Maher gets the kick away. It's a low line drive kick, and Whitworth takes it on the full run at his own 33. Out across the 40. He's got a picket line set up to the left side. Across midfield to the 40, to the 30. Slowed down there and bumped out of bounds all the way down at the 25. Now a flag is thrown late, very late, over on the far sideline at about the 24-yard line. And that likely will not be good news for the Eagles. They're going to say Whitworth stepped out at the 30. And now we've got a sideline warning. And is that all it is, or is there a penalty as well?
I don't know. Corey Price with a good non-block there as he was trying to peel off and come back and block. He realized he could not find that first or the front numbers on the jersey, so he let him go. That was very helpful.
That's just a sideline warning, so no yardage will be walked off. This time a sideline warning against the Eagles, and I guess these officials are taking it seriously. I think you could throw a sideline warning on every play in high school football,
Yes.
couldn't you?
Yes.
But now the next time either team gets a flag for a sideline infraction, and all that means is that the players are too close to the boundary. 1st and 10 Eagles at the Marquette 30-yard line. So for the second time, the Eagles start in Marquette territory. Here's Whitworth sweeping the right side. Whitworth on his feet all the way down to the 20, all the way down, bumped out of bounds at the 19-yard line after a gain of 11.
Yeah, just a little toss sweep that time as he had the back out on the right side strong. So that little toss gives him a head start to the corner. Nice run there for another first down.
Adam Hill, the Eagle quarterback so far, has completed 3 of 3 for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns. So he hasn't thrown a lot, but when he has, he's been effective. 1st and 10, Civic Memorial at the Marquette 19-yard line. Trips to the left, another receiver to the right. Whitworth, I thought, got a head start there from his running back position. Here's a receiver wide open at the 11, and he makes a catch down on a knee. Jack Walker made that reception.
Yeah, there could have been a lot more yardage there had he been able to stay on his feet, but put that knee down. Still going to be a gain of about 7, but I think he probably could have had a first down and more if he could have stayed on his feet.
2nd and 3, Eagles at the Marquette 12-yard line. A receiver to the right side, that's the wide side of the field, trips to the left, and here's the handoff to Whitworth looking for some running room. Now bounces it outside. He's at the 5, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run by John Whitworth, and the Eagles are on the board for the 3rd time here in the first quarter.
And that time he did that little juke step to the inside, and the cornerback who had the containment responsibility lost his footing, went down, and it was easy going to the end zone.
Whitworth, 5 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. That touchdown comes with 2:45 remaining. Now out of the hold of Brett Lane, the extra point attempt. And the kick is up high, long, and it's good. Off the toe of Colin Hall. Colin Hall, 6'1", 170, a junior. Converts, and with 2:45 remaining in the first quarter, the score now, Civic Memorial 23, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
It's the final play of the game. Down by 4, Andes will need to score to win it. The quarterback lines up, ball is snapped. It's a handoff. He breaks outside of the tackle. He's got daylight. He could go all the way. Touchdown! Andes wins.
You too can score a touchdown at Andy's Auto Sales.
Check out the all-star lineup at Andy's Auto Sales today.
The Eagles kick it away, but as the ball goes in the air, flags fly and whistles blow, and apparently the Eagles were offside, and so they're going to back them up and make them kick again.
Well, this is something that often occurs early in the season. The special teams probably haven't had the attention you'd like to give them.
23-0 Eagles. And Marquette has not stopped Civic Memorial, and Marquette's offense on 2 possessions has not posted a first down.
Yeah, I would
and
say.
In fact, they've had a hard time hanging on to the football.
I was going to say Marquette has stopped themselves as much as the CM defense, I think.
So now the Eagles will kick from their 35. Marquette has put the ball on the turf 3 times. They've not lost a fumble, but now here is Simmons returning from his own 16, out across the 25 to the 30, cuts it out to the far sideline, across the 35, out to about the 37-yard line, and the Marquette offense will start 1st and 10, their 3rd possession of the ball game. They've started from the 40, from the 50, and now from the 37.
That was Corey Price in on the stop for the Eagles over there on the far side. The reason I knew is because he jumped up and let us all know I made that stop.
So far, actually, Marquette has fumbled 4 times.
Yeah, you say they haven't lost them, but they've lost some valuable yardage each time, 7, 8, 9 yards a clip.
Right. Twice they had a hard time connecting on the long snap. Once, Aguirre just had it slip out of his hands as he went to throw it. And once they fumbled it on a kickoff return, but each time they covered the football, so that's the good news. But now they've got to figure out how to hang on to the football. Aguirre, quick pass out to the right side, and it was low, and the receiver coming back for it couldn't make the reception. That was Jeremy Strable trying to make that reception. It'll be 2nd and 10.
And the Eagles going with that 4-man front. They've got 4 big bodies up there in the front line, but then Dylan Sutton, the middle linebacker, he's doing a lot of stunning and coming through and putting pressure on the quarterback, sometimes making him make the decision before he wants to.
A big crowd here at Public School Stadium on both sides. Half of Bethalto's here, and all of Marquette Nation has turned out. Receiver in motion to the left side. Aguirre in the pistol formation. So now Marquette sets up with trips to the left side, and they run the option to the right side, and Aguirre turns it upfield and takes it up to just shy of the 40-yard line for a gain of maybe 3 on that carry.
Well, he didn't make much yardage on that play, but you like the fact that he made a decisive decision. There was no doubt about it. I'm going to fake the pitch. I'm going to take it and cut straight up the field and see what we can get.
Marquette has run the football 5 times for minus 7 yards. But most of those losses on the missed connections on the snaps.
They didn't get a chance to run it at all.
That's right. Exactly. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Aguirre in the pistol with McAfee to his left. 3rd, and we'll call it 8 from the 39-yard line. A long count. Aguirre takes the snap and drops the throw. Quick out to the right side. It was deflected at the line of scrimmage. One of those big defensive linemen got a hand up, and that's going to bring about another punting situation for the Explorers, as that time 3 plays and they gained 2 yards.
Yeah, that was Austin Reams that time. They came with different pressures. They had the front 4 with their good pressure, and then they had 2 backers from the outside coming in on the corners, and of course Reams gets a hand on the pass.
Liam Mayer sets up at his own 26-yard line, awaiting the snap. Whitworth back deep for the Eagles, stands at his own 26. Mayer gets a high, short kick underway, and Whitworth takes it on the full run at the 40 and just steps out of bounds, shy of midfield, out at about the 48-yard line. Now we've got a little altercation down on the field, and a flag was thrown.
You can tell by Mayer's body language he did not like that kick at all. He got good height on it, but just didn't go anywhere.
Boy, I like Whitworth as a kick returner. Both kicks he's returned, he's come up and taken them on the full run. And now we've got a personal foul against the Explorers. And that'll be a 15-yard walk-off.
And again, the Civic Memorial Eagles is going to have a short field with which to work.
Well, the Explorers not doing much right here in the early going, and the Eagles not doing much wrong.
And they're taking advantage of the Explorer mistakes.
And the Eagle offense has looked very good, a well-oiled machine. Very few mistakes, good ball security, and great execution. That wide receiver screen that went for the 43-yard touchdown was a thing of beauty. Adam Hill back to throw, deep down the right side. He's got his man. Oh! Liam Mayer may have gotten a hand on it at the last moment. Otherwise, it was going to be a touchdown. Tim Clockey was wide open. If Mayer didn't get a hand on it, he distracted Clockey by waving at it anyway.
Yeah, it looked like Clockey at the last instance kind of pulled his hands back like he was wanting to wait and see how it was going to be deflected, but the Explorers dodged the bullet right there.
Now we have another penalty. So now the officials are getting into mid-season form.
They've had those flags in their pocket or in their closet for the whole off-season, and they got them out now, and they want to use them.
A 10-yard walk-off against the Eagles. I never saw an indication, but it had to be a hold.
Now, evidently it happened just a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage because it works out being a 12-yard penalty.
Yep. The line of scrimmage now midfield. It's 1st and 22 Eagles from the 50-yard line. Trips to the left, another receiver to the right. Whitworth right up the middle. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and thrown down for a gain of only a yard.
Colin Hall on that.
That'll be 2nd down and 21.
It was nice to see Whitworth finally being brought down before he makes a great run. He's had some outstanding runs already.
2nd and 21 Eagles at the Marquette 49. Hill in the shotgun, two-step drop, long pass down the left sideline, and that is incomplete. It hit the Explorer defender on the helmet as he ran stride for stride with the intended receiver. That was Jeremy Strable back there for Marquette, and he had good coverage.
Yes, that was a good no call as there was a little bit of bumping there, but both receiver and defender have a right to the ball, and if you want to try to catch it with your helmet, that's your problem.
So officially, that's the first incomplete pass by Hill because the earlier incompletion was wiped out by the penalty. We're down to 51 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Look and see if they don't go back to Clocky here with the 3rd and long.
3rd and 21. Hill back to throw, and that receiver screen out to the left side once again, and down inside the 40 to the 39 goes David Lane. So that's the play that he scored on earlier, and this time it gets good yardage, but only 11 yards instead of the 43-yard touchdown they got earlier, and I think the Eagles are going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, and the Eagles that time had set up so there was a screen on either side of the ball.
4th and 10, CM at the Marquette 38-yard line. Now whistles and flags prior to the snap, and we've got offside against Marquette. So somebody on that defensive line set up in the neutral zone. So what was 4th and 10 is now going to be 4th and 5. Those are the kinds of things you just can't do.
Yep. Especially when you can see the ball.
So they went from 3rd and 21, had an 11-yard pickup, now a 5-yard penalty, and it's 4th and 5 at the Explorer 33-yard line for the Eagles. And CM says, we'll take that.
They're going to let the clock run out, I believe.
And they do. That's the end of the first quarter. After 12 minutes of action here at Public School Stadium in Alton, the Civic Memorial Eagles 23, the Marquette Explorers nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
All right, sir, we finished all the services on your car. They'll take it over for your complimentary car wash, and they'll call you when it's ready.
Probably would have picked up the first down, but he couldn't hang on to the football, and so finally something positive happens for Marquette.
And I still say that's one of the most difficult passes to catch as you're running away on a kind of a flat pattern, and it's over your outside shoulder. You're turning around trying to get those hands on the ball.
I never caught one of those. Never once.
You know the bad part about that? I never even caught one of those in my dreams.
1st and 10 Marquette, still looking for their first down as we get underway here in the second quarter. A man in motion to the left side. Now he sets up, and they've got trips to the left. Aguirre in the shotgun with McAfee to his left. And he takes a snap and a quick swing pass out to the right side, and a nice move there by the running back, but he doesn't get much out of it. On the reception for the Explorers, Jeremy Strable, and he lost a yard or two, but we've also got a flag on the play.
Yeah, Nick Newell really had that one smelled out as he came in quickly, tripped him up, and as you said, there's laundry on the lawn.
And that's a holding call against the Explorers. That is their 4th penalty. 3 of the 4 have been major penalties. So 4 penalties, 45 yards. They have a grand total of minus 5 yards in total offense and 45 yards in penalties.
And what makes that even worse, it was an ineffective hold.
Yes. Yeah, if you're going to hold, at least make it work. Yeah, they tried to set up a wide receiver screen out there. And somebody out in front held, but then the Eagles also penetrated. 1st and 23 Explorers from their own 20-yard line. And here is the give to Brady McAfee off tackle left. He loses the football, and the Eagles have it. So finally, a turnover in this ball game. I say finally only because that's the 5th time Marquette has fumbled, and now they lose one, and they lose it down in the red zone.
Yeah, McAfee got hit high and he got hit low, and the second guy stripped the ball free.
So the Eagle offense already leading 23-0, starts with their best field position of the night. 1st and 10 at the Marquette 17-yard line. First minute of action in the second quarter, and the Eagles lead 23-0 already. 2 receivers to each side of the field. Here's the give to Whitworth right up the middle. Whitworth bounces it outside to the right side, still on his feet. First down yardage and then some inside the 5 and all the way down. Let's wait for the spot, maybe right at the 5-yard line. We'll see.
It's like going to be the 5, maybe the 6, but what an outstanding run once again as he slanted the outside off tackle. And I swear, he likes to run that tightrope down the sideline.
An 11-yard pickup by Whitworth, who's already scored a touchdown tonight. Don't forget, following the game, we'll name the Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. 1st and goal, Eagles at the Marquette 6-yard line. Hill takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking into the end zone, finally lets it go, and it's incomplete at the goal line.
Well, that time the Explorer defense doing a good job of stringing him out and making sure the coverage had all the receivers over on that side covered, so no place to go, and you realize Lane really didn't want to take that one, or Hill, excuse me, didn't want to take that into the end zone himself. 2nd
and goal, Eagles at the Marquette 6. Now they go with a tight formation with 3 receivers bunched to the left side. Hill rolls to his left, looking into the end zone. Now he's going to run with. Now he lets it go. He's got a man in the end zone who catches it for a touchdown, but a flag was also thrown. But that might have been roughing the passers. I think they hit Hill after the throw. Although he faked the run.
Yeah, I think he may have been across the line of scrimmage.
Well, that could be too. Making the reception
Number 15
was Tim Clockey.
Yeah, he was wide open out there from the get-go, and he was kind of dancing around like, hey, can't you see me? By the time Hill saw him, I believe he may have crossed the line of scrimmage.
He was. The line of scrimmage was the 6, and I think he was clearly at the 5-yard line. Now, the rule says you have to be completely across the line of scrimmage. But apparently the official right there on the line of scrimmage thought he was. They threw the flag, and now... Okay, there were 2 penalties, and the Explorers declined 1, and they're going to accept.
Intentional grounding?
No, it's an illegal forward pass, which is only a 5-yard penalty, but it's a loss of down. 5-yard penalty and loss of down. You had all winter and all summer to read the rule book, Gary.
That's my hibernation time. Winter and summer.
When you have insomnia, just start reading the rule book. That'll put you to sleep right away.
You have to understand, I don't understand these signals anyway.
2nd and goal. Well, they're still signaling stuff. I didn't see which penalty the Explorers declined, but they obviously took the illegal forward pass. And now it's 3rd and goal at the 11. 3rd and goal, Eagles at the Marquette 11-yard line. Quick screen out to the right side. That's Whitworth. Whitworth is hit and brought down at the 6-yard line after a gain of 5. And it'll bring about 4th and goal.
Good job there, making sure he didn't get any further. Looks like, is that number 2 on the tackle over there? Turn around here. Yep. Okay, do I bet
it was 3. It probably was Trey Aguirre.
Let's hope so.
And now, 4th and goal, Eagles at the 6. That's where this possession started. Now here is a quick pass out there to Whitworth, and he's in for the touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown pass. I think that was Whitworth.
Yeah. He got spun around right at the goal line, but evidently he
No, it was Lane.
David?
I believe. Yes, 12. 12 is Adam. No, Hill's the quarterback. He threw the football. I think it was David Lane that made the reception. That'll be his 2nd touchdown reception of the night. His 3rd reception overall. Hill has hit on 7 of 9 passes for 100 yards. Now the extra point attempt is good, and we have more penalty flags. And I think this time they roughed the kicker.
I'll tell you what, he went down and stayed down once he was hit, so they'll probably mark that one off on the ensuing kickoff. don't know how you
Well,
can get into the kicker.
It wasn't the kicker that went down. It was the holder.
Because he takes one step, and it's a quick release on that extra point.
If they roughed anybody, they roughed the holder. And now let's see what the indication is here. Well, there is no indication. Probably Marquette will be penalized on the kickoff. 10:36 remaining here in the second quarter. The score now is Civic Memorial 30, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Calc Institute of Technology is working for you with career programs for today's jobs. As a career student, you can expect a welcoming atmosphere with exceptional personal service, small classes with one-on-one attention, a set class schedule, and short-term programs that will get you into the workforce quickly. Calc has 2 locations for your convenience located in both Alton and Fairview Heights. For more information, visit Calc online at www.calc.edu.
My name is Sam Stem. Welcome back to Public School Stadium in Alton. We're live. The Civic Memorial Eagles have built a big 30-0 lead here early in the second quarter. Marquette still has not posted a first down. CM has 8 first downs, 4 touchdowns. And Adam Hill has thrown 3 touchdown passes. 4 touchdown passes, I'm sorry. No, 3. 3 because Whitworth ran 1 in. And now the kickoff from the 50-yard line goes into the end zone for the automatic touchback, and the Explorers will start 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Marquette now with 5 penalties, and 4 of the 5 are major penalties. As the call was on that extra point attempt running into the kicker, they enforced it on the ensuing kickoff. CM without their head coach tonight. Justin Winslow missing tonight's game for personal reasons. And Mike Parmentier filling in. Parm may just say, hey, just let me on the sideline all season.
Well, he's having fun calling the plays, I guarantee you that. I know Dwight Tunkett's over there helping with the defense as well.
1st and 10 Explorers from their own 20-yard line, still looking for their first down. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Back to throw Aguirre. He lets it go deep down the left sideline. He's got a man wide open and overthrew him by 5 yards. Down the left sideline, the receiver was wide open. That might have been Davion Peebles. And he had outrun the defender out near midfield. But Aguirre, who had time that time, let it go and overthrew him by 4 or 5 yards.
I think there was a little bit of a hesitation there as the receiver looked back into the backfield. Had he kept sprinting, he might have been able to run under it. But as we can see from the smoke from the grill, just a slight wind in the face of the quarterback. Not much of a wind, but it smells good up here.
2nd down and 10, Marquette from their own 20. Aguirre in the shotgun, takes the snap. And there's the handoff. Here's Peebles. Davion Peebles cuts it back, and he's got the Explorers' first down of the night as he crosses the 30. Takes it out to the 30 plus the length of the football. A gain of 10 for Davion Peebles and a first down for Marquette, their first of the night.
And, of course, the Explorers would like nothing better than to be able to get that running game established a little bit, loosen things up for that pass, but that's one of the first and few good running plays they've had.
Now a quick out to the right side, and Aguirre fired it over the head of the intended receiver, Brian Nagy. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Aguirre getting a little bit in a hurry there. You could tell he was kind of throwing off that back foot, and they'll always tell you, get up on that front foot if you don't want that ball to sail over the receiver's head.
Back to Peebles, who picked up 10 on that carry. He's 5'7", 150. Now, you know what they do when they list players on the program. There's a little bit of inflation
he's
there.
5'6", 140.
The point being that he's not a very big target, so he's hard to tackle. If he can find a seam and he's got speed, he can be an effective weapon. 2nd and 10, Explorers from their own 30. Long count, Aguirre, the pistol formation with Peebles to his right. Peebles takes the pitch. Peebles on his feet at the 35, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, out across the 40-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. Then a flag is thrown for a late hit. Another 10-yard pickup for Davion Peebles. And then we may have yardage tacked on.
Where has he been the whole time? Nice option read that time, and once you get the ball to the speed guy out on the flat, he can turn the corner and do things.
A personal foul against the Eagles. That'll be a 15-yard walk-off. So it was a 10-yard pickup by Peebles. Peebles, 2 carries for 20 yards. The second first down of the night for the Explorers.
They're in Eagle territory.
And the penalty against the Eagles, their 4th of the night. 3 of their 4 have been major penalties. And it's 1st and 10 Marquette at the Eagles' 45-yard line. Now for Marquette, they need to figure out a way to finish off this drive and make something positive happen. Here's the handoff. Here's Peebles trying to turn the right corner, and that time he is just laid out. As coming up for the Eagles to make a strong tackle was Ricky Lafferty, and he shot through that gap. And just as Peebles went to turn the corner, there was Lafferty who buried him into the turf for a loss of a yard.
Yeah, and running to the short side, the short side of the field, he just didn't have enough space to try to get out there ahead of time. But as you said, Lafferty with an outstanding open field tackle.
And I'm not sure Peebles ever saw him. I think he was looking at his blocker out in front and almost got blindsided. Now whistles and flags prior to the snap, and somebody moved. And this time it was the Eagles.
Well, on that previous play, it may have been that he didn't see him, but he sure felt him when he got there.
He did feel him, I guarantee that. 5-yard walk-off against the Eagles. Now they have 50 yards in penalties. And it's going to be 2nd and 5 Explorers at the Eagles, 2nd and 6 Explorers. And here is a completion to Nagy. Nagy's got first down yardage here on the near sideline as he takes the reception and takes it down to the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 on that completion.
Yeah, you got to like not only the catch, but then the effort after the catch, because he could have very easily just simply stepped out of bounds, but instead he picked up another 4 or 5 yards and another first down for the Explorers.
Nagy's second reception of the night for 17 yards. Aguirre has hit 3 of 7 for 25 yards. 1st and 10 Marquette at the Eagles' 30-yard line. This drive started for Marquette at their own 20. Receivers left and right. And back to throw is Aguirre. Trying to set up a screen, and now he lets it go downfield, and he had a receiver down there, but the receiver kind of got turned around. He wasn't really expecting the football. The intended receiver down there was Jeremy Strable, but actually they were trying to set up a screen. The Eagles had infiltrated that screen, and Aguirre wisely said, well, if everybody's coming up, somebody deep is open. Strable had an opening there, but he kind of got turned around.
And there's another thing, the play won't show up, but when they look at it on Monday with the looking at the game film, they're going to tell him, hey, that was a good decision, and that will encourage your young quarterback. I say young.
Well, anybody in high school is young for you and I, but he's an experienced quarterback. He's a senior. Now, 2nd and 10 Explorers at the Eagle 30-yard line. Back to throw Aguirre, under pressure, steps up, eludes the defender. Now lets it go downfield, and it's right through the hands of the defender on the play, Brett Lane. And that was not a wise decision by Aguirre to throw that football.
No, indeed. That was almost a big mistake, and I think he's fortunate that it hit the ground.
And Brett Lane's kicking himself now, saying, I should have had a pick right there. We've had only one turnover in the ballgame, a fumble lost by the Explorers that led eventually to an Eagle touchdown. CM leads it 30-0 with 9:11 remaining here in the second quarter. It's going to be a long game.
Let's swing a pass out to Peebles to see what he can do in open space.
3rd and 10 Explorers at the Eagle 30-yard line. Aguirre from the pistol formation, back to throw. Lets it go over the middle, and it's incomplete. And now a flag is finally thrown. The intended receiver was Brady McAfee down at the 19-yard line. And it kind of looked like the defender got a hand in there. Was that Zach Williams on?
I think it was Braden Pierce.
Number
Pierce. 10. But anyway, he had a big bear hug there. The question was, did he hug him too soon?
And finally, one of the officials said, yes, he did. And so the Explorers will get their 4th first down of this drive, this one by penalty. 15-yard walk-off. Took it down to the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Marquette right there. And so the Explorers will take their first snap in the red zone at the Eagle 15-yard line. Receivers left and right. Peebles in the backfield to the right of Aguirre, who sets up in the pistol formation. Long count. Now he's changing the play. He takes a snap, and now they get whistled for delay of game, I suspect. It was indeed delay of game.
Ouch.
The sixth penalty of the night against Marquette. And what was 1st and 10 becomes 1st and 15
Now they're
at
back,
the Eagle 20.
and they're backed out of the red zone again. These yards down here especially, so difficult to get.
Receivers left and right. Aguirre on 1st and 15. Again, a long count. He takes the snap, hands it to Peebles right up the middle, bounces it outside to the left side, but can't find much running room there. Took it inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line, just a gain of 2.
There was a Davion sandwich over there. It's coming up quickly. Deckert was there on the one hand, and not sure who the other guy was over there. Looked like it might have been Adams.
2nd and 13, Marquette at the Civic Memorial 18-yard line. The clock rolling with 8:35 remaining in the first half. CM leads it 30-0. This has been the Explorers' best possession of the football game. It started at their own 20. On the second down play, again a long count. Aguirre runs the option to the right side, pitches it back to Peebles. He cuts it inside, a nice juke move. Took it inside the 15 down to about the 14-yard line. And a gain of 4 on that carry.
4 tough yards as Zach Williams brings him down inside the 15. So basically they got the penalty yardage back and one more.
It's going to be 3rd and 9 for Marquette at the 14 of Civic Memorial. A big crowd here tonight on both sides. That's what these local rivalries do. They bring the folks out. 3rd and 9, Marquette. Aguirre back to throw, looking out to the right side. He's got his man, Jesse Simmons, and he stretches out, gets the first down at the 5-yard line.
Good run after the catch as he knew where he needed to get for that first down, and he simply knifed through the defenders, takes it to the 5, and it's 1st and goal.
That's the 5th first down of this drive, the 5th first down of the night for the Explorers, the 4th completion of the night for Aguirre, and the 2nd reception of the night for Jesse Simmons. Simmons, a senior, only 5 seniors for the Explorers, and 2 of them hooking up there. Aguirre hitting Simmons over here on the right sideline, and Simmons with a good run after the catch. Now they bunch things up, a tight formation on 1st and goal at the 5, and here is the pitch back, and that's Peebles, and he didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. He lost a yard as they tried to send Peebles wide after bunching things up, and the Eagles weren't fooled.
Jacob Brockman is a 6'4", 220-pound defensive lineman. I'll tell you what, he did a good job of sealing off and make sure that they didn't get outside there.
Peebles 6 carries for 24 yards. 2nd and goal, Marquette at the Eagles 6-yard line. Again, that tight formation. Aguirre in the pistol, the direct snap to Peebles this time, trying to sweep the right side, and he's hit and brought down for no gain. Might have lost another yard there as they did the Wildcat formation and direct snapped it to Peebles. He tried to sweep the right side, not much blocking out front, and the Eagle defenders penetrated, threw him for a 1-yard loss. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 7.
That was Brett Lane who had containment responsibility over on this side. He sealed him in, then went and made the tackle as well. Rule number 1, don't let him get outside you. Rule number 2, don't let him get through you.
Now you suspect that they'll go to the spread formation, and they do. Send receivers left and right. 3rd and goal, Marquette at the 7 of the Eagles. Aguirre in the pistol formation with Liam Maher in the backfield behind him. And back to throw Aguirre. Quick slant for Jesse Simmons, and it's incomplete. And now it's 4th and goal for the Explorers. And down 30-0, you doubt that they kick a field goal.
It just looked like Aguirre really never got a good hold on that ball. It was almost like he was putting the ball to the receiver instead of getting a good zip on the pass.
Now the Explorers call a timeout. It comes with 5:26 remaining here in the first half to score. Civic Memorial 30, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Set, hit. Protection. Can anyone over there give me protection? Danny, hold. Put me in, coach. I can offer protection. Set, hit. Not only can I protect the quarterback, I can protect your dreams. Call me, Gerard Fisher, 466-7062.
American Family Insurance.
8:03 on a Saturday night, high school football coming your way on the Big Z, 94.3 FM, 1570 AM, streaming live at AltonDailyNews.com and on your Big Z app on your smartphone. You have one of those smartphones, Gary?
I have an old phone that is just about the same age as you.
No, it is. It is. It's as old as I am. 4th and goal, Explorers at the 7 of the Eagles. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Trey Aguirre, the senior quarterback, takes the snap, looks out to the left, and launches the ball for the back pylon, and a battle for the football, and it falls incomplete.
Good coverage.
Out there, the intended receiver, I'm trying to pick up the number, and I think that may have been Jesse Simmons, but Aguirre just threw it up for grabs, may as well. And the receiver and the defender both went up for it. Neither came down with it. It would have been a spectacular catch had anybody caught it. Aguirre now just 4 for 12 for 34 yards. Marquette, 5 first downs on that drive that started at their own 20, but it ends at the Eagles 7, where the Eagles take over on downs.
Yeah, that is most discouraging not to get points on that drive because you did such a good job of maintaining possession of the ball, actually for the first time tonight with a sustained drive for the Explorers, but all for naught as they run that fade to the wide side. When you've got a receiver who's only about 5'8", defenders who's 6'2", it's hard to loft that ball and get it over the defender's head.
Now the Eagles take a timeout, 5:22 remaining, 30-0, Civic Memorial over Marquette. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
And here's the give to Whitworth right up the middle, and he finds a pack of blockers out in front and just rides that wave all the way out to the 19-yard line for a gain. Well, they're going to put it down at the 18, so that'll make the gain 11.
Curtis Deckert, one of the big guys there who was leading the way. It's awful easy to follow a big guy like that for good yardage.
Another first down for the Eagles, their 9th of the night, 1st and 10. From their own 18-yard line again, Whitworth right up the middle on a strong run by him. And another nice gain out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 6 on that carry.
I think the Eagles rather content right now. They know that Whitworth can chop off the yardage for them and help run that clock. No need of getting fancy here down close to their own goal line.
2nd and 4 Eagles from their own 26-yard line. Hill takes the snap, turns, hands it to Whitworth right up the middle. A nice seam there, and he takes it out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 9 on that carry. And now
first down.
It is a first down, but there must be a flag on the play.
Okay, bringing the
Yeah,
referee.
all the way over on the far sideline.
Count.
So let's see what happens to this 9-yard gain. It's
Uh-oh.
a sideline warning against who?
CM.
Against CM, and
I believe.
this time it's a penalty. It's
Yes.
not a warning.
Yeah.
A sideline violation.
So now
that had no bearing on the play whatsoever. No. So some official over there is just.
Well, he's probably getting an earful. And if he's getting an earful, he probably decided, you know what, we can counter that. They do, however, put the penalty as a dead ball penalty, so they'll give him the run and give him the yardage and give the Eagles the first down. Now, it used to be if it was dead ball, then it would be a 1st and 15. But now they're going 1st and 10. They'll spot the ball at the 30.
So that was a 6-yard pickup. 10 carries for 85 yards for Whitworth. And now a pass down the right sideline, incomplete, just off the fingertips of the intended receiver.
Oh, that was Lane. Brett Lane?
Brett Lane. But we have a flag on that play as well, down at about the spot where the pass fell incomplete. So did somebody push somebody?
Going to have to get a better weight in his pocket so that flag will stay in there a little better.
I was going to send a message down to the field and tell them it's 30-0. Overlook the ticky-tack stuff. I didn't see anything that looked like a penalty either way on that one. And this one apparently is going to go.
The referee hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah, why is there such a long discussion?
Nobody told me, he said.
If it's on Marquette, CM obviously will take it. And yeah, that's what it was all about. The referee was back ready for the next play, and finally
You're going to call interference.
Pass interference against Marquette.
I'm going to preface this by saying I'm a long ways away from that play. But I didn't see anything that I thought was worth calling, and there you go with my 2 cents worth.
Well, I'm as far away as you are, and I didn't see anything either. So apparently when you're down there on the field with zebra skin on, you can see a lot better.
Lord, never put me there. Never put me there, please.
So the 10th first down of the night for the Eagles. And here's Hill over the middle, receiver wide open and brought down after a pickup of 12. Making the reception on that play was Austin Reams, the big guy.
Making a stop was Brian Nagy, and I thought he was almost going to jar that ball free.
Well, if Nagy hadn't chopped him down the way he did, Reams would have been off to the races.
Yep.
1st and 10 Eagles at the Marquette 43. So they softened him up by running Whitworth about 5 times in a row, and now they're firing the football, and Hill will fire again. Let's go deep down the right sideline. Man wide open at the 20, at the 15, being pursued and caught from behind all the way down to the 4-yard line. And we'll try to pick up the number.
15? Nope, yes, 15 on that. That'll be Tim Clockey. There was a situation where the cornerback got caught looking into the backfield, and as a result, the receiver got behind him. Had trouble written all over it from the get-go.
And that was Clockey's first reception. And it went for 40 yards. And now Hill has hit 9 of 11 passes for 152 yards and 3 touchdowns. And it's 1st and goal Eagles. That's their 11th first down of the night. Now we've got whistles blown.
Somebody in the neutral zone?
I didn't see a flag, just heard
over
the
here
whistle.
on the near side.
Oh, he did throw a flag.
Well,
okay.
He was kind of feeling left out. He hadn't gotten a chance to throw this for a while.
Yeah. Offside Eagles. Oh, boy.
Maybe there's a quota. You have to throw so many flags in a game.
Well, you know, you hear it said that, you know, you should call the game the same way no matter what the score is, but I'm not sure I agree with that. When it's 30-0, the guy'd have to be set up offside for about 2 yards before I'd throw the flag.
That's going to move the ball back to the 10, but it's still 1st and goal.
And here's the give to Whitworth right up the middle. Big hole. He walks in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Eagles, John Whitworth. A 9-yard touchdown run. It comes with 3:11 remaining here in the second quarter.
Cody Reynolds with a pancake block there that really sprung him free through the middle. Actually, he went in untouched.
That's Whitworth's second touchdown run of the night. He had a 12-yard run in the first quarter, a 10-yard run here. And now on to attempt the extra point for the Eagles is Colin Hall. Out of the hold of Brett Lane. The kick is up high. It's long, and it's wide to the left side. No good. That's the first thing the Eagles have messed up all night. 3:11 remaining in the first half. The score, Civic Memorial 36, Marquette nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
I'll grab the birthday cake, you bring the gift, if you're sure she's ready.
She's 16, honey, and she's earned a set of keys.
She's studied and practiced, I know, but it's a big responsibility.
When you have a teen driver, it's good to know that Madison Mutual has the insurance coverage you need.
She's ready, and so are we. I talked to our Madison Mutual agent.
Call Barry Macias, your local independent insurance agent, at 467-2874.
The more life changes, the more you need Madison Mutual.
In Alton, the CM Eagles have jumped out to a 36-0 lead with 3:11 remaining here in the first half after the Explorers had their best possession of the night, moving the football from their own 20 down to the Eagles' 7. The Eagles took it and drove it 93 yards for a touchdown. And now here's Jesse Simmons returning the kick for the Explorers, breaks a couple of tackles, and takes it out to about the 29-yard line where that Explorer offense will try to put another drive together. So Marquette drove 73 yards and had the drive stall at the 7-yard line, and the Eagles turned around and answered that with a 93-yard touchdown drive.
Well, the thing about it is when the Explorers didn't score, that was so deflating. And so when they went back on defense, you could just tell it was kind of difficult, and the Eagles did a good job of using that run to set up the pass and then go back to the run for the touchdown.
Adam Hill has thrown 11 times for 152 yards and 3 touchdowns. Trey Aguirre has thrown 12 times, 4 completions. And now here's a pass right down the middle, and he threads it through the seam and hits his receiver. And that's Brady McAfee all the way out at the 47-yard line. And that's a gain of 18.
They call it the seam. We used to call it the alley. You just go right straight down the hash mark there and see if you can catch it. And that time McAfee with a good job of making the catch.
1st and 10 Explorers, and they swing it out to Davion Peebles. And Peebles takes it out to the 49-yard line for a gain of only a yard before he's wrapped up and thrown down.
Well, not only is he wrapped up and thrown down, but I think the Eagles had a team meeting on his back. There was a host of Eagles there.
So a 1-yard completion. 2nd and 9 for the Explorers. And that's Peebles' first reception. Back to throw Aguirre, looking deep down the middle, and this time he overthrows everybody. Brady McAfee says, well, they had a hold of my arm, but it wouldn't have mattered. He'd have had to have giraffe arms, wouldn't he?
That was what you call an uncatchable ball. Can't deny the fact that there was a little bit of contact there, but once again, Aguirre just seems like he's not getting up on that front foot when he's passing, and as a result, he's sailing the ball over his receivers.
2nd down and 9, Explorers from their own 49-yard line down to 2:13 remaining in the first half. The final season opener here in the Riverbend. It's on this Saturday night. It's kind of like the game of the week. Everybody turned out for this one. And it's been a great night for the CM Eagles. Now a pitch back to Peebles as they try to run the option to the right side, and the ball is on the turf, and it's recovered by the Civic Memorial Eagles. As Aguirre, I think, tried to do a little bit too much there. He turned it up on the option to the right side, and just as he was hit, he tried to pitch it back, and he pitched it behind Peebles, who couldn't quite corral it, and then the Eagles picked it up.
2 wrongs don't make a right, and his first wrong was a wrong decision. If he was going to pitch it, it should have been early. Then when he made the cut, there's no way he was going to get the ball out to Peebles.
The Explorers with their 2nd turnover of the night, their 6th fumble. They've fumbled 6 times, lost 2 of them. And now the Eagle offense will start in Explorer territory at the Marquette 47-yard line. The Eagles leading 36-0. And have they scored on every possession? I don't remember a possession when they did not score. Receivers left and right. Hill takes the snap. Quick out to the right side. He's got Whitworth. Whitworth turns that right corner and high steps out of bounds after a 9-yard gain down to the Marquette 39-yard line.
Once again, a typical Whitworth play. Goes out in the flat, gets that ball, turns the corner, heads down the sideline, gets all the yardage he can before he goes out of bounds.
Whitworth 2 receptions for 33 yards. 2nd and 1 Eagles at the Marquette 39-yard line. Receivers left and right. Hill, who's had a stellar game here tonight. He has run this offense to perfection. Quick pass down the left side, incomplete. He overled his receiver by about a yard down at the 15-yard line, and that receiver, David Lane, was wide open. He had 2 steps on the defender.
Ran a little down, out, and down, and the secondary on the Explorers took a bite on that, and as a result of them biting it, let the receiver make a open way to the end zone if he just caught the ball.
CM won at Hauser Field last year in the season opener over Marquette 49-7. They lead it 36-0 here. 3rd down and a yard at the Marquette 39-yard line for the Eagles. And here is a quick pass over the middle. He's got his man for a first down and then some, all the way down to the 20-yard line. And then the receiver comes up a little bit gimpy, but a pickup of 19 yards on the play.
That was Dylan Sutton, a 6', 205-pound senior. As you said, it looked like his ankle got twisted a little bit as he went to the ground, but nonetheless, a good pass play once again for the Eagles.
A 19-yard completion. 180 yards passing for Hill on the night. Now here's the give right up the middle, and the running back finds good running room. Breaks a couple of tackles and takes it inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line on the carry. That time Zach Williams, just his 2nd carry of the night, and he picks up 6.
Williams in there to give Whitworth a bit of a break. And now just as quickly Whitworth comes back, he says, wait a minute, we're close to the goal line. I can get another touchdown here.
2nd and 4 Eagles at the Marquette 14-yard line. Trips to the left. Hill takes a snap, rolls to his left, looking into the end zone, looking. Now lets it go. He's got a man wide open, and a diving attempt is incomplete. And that's a tough throw to make, but Hill had a wide open receiver. And now the receiver apparently injured his arm or shoulder trying to make the diving reception. But when you're rolling, when you're a right-handed quarterback rolling to your left, it's hard to throw. He saw that was Sutton again. So 2 consecutive plays, he's shaken up.
Yeah, I thought Sutton may have rolled over on the ball, which might have knocked the wind out of him. Tim Clockey was also open in the end zone, but of course, as you say, when you're running under duress to your left, it's hard to throw with the right.
3rd and 4 Eagles at the Marquette 14-yard line. Hill takes the snap. Fakes a handoff to Whitworth, lets it go over the middle. It's complete for a touchdown. Touchdown, Civic Memorial. And the receiver hands the football to the official, and is that number
9?
9,
Ricky?
looks like to me. And it is Brendan Rickey. A 14-yard touchdown reception.
You know, that's one thing I really like to see about high school athletes. They have the sense when you score just to hand the ball to the official. You don't need all that celebrating you see at the other levels.
Well, Vince Lombardi once told Travis Williams, after Travis Williams celebrated in the end zone up at Lambeau Field, Lombardi called him over. He says, Travis, next time you get to the end zone, act like you've been there before.
Yes.
So a 14-yard touchdown pass from Hill to Rickey, the 4th touchdown pass of the night for Hill. The extra point attempt is good, and with just 52 seconds remaining in the half, the score now is Civic Memorial 43 and the Marquette Explorers nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
One of the greatest myths about car dealers is that some pay less for their cars than others. Hi, I'm John Roberts, and we all pay the same. Here at Roberts Motors, we can compete with any Ford dealer, regardless of how big they are or how great they say their deals are. The number one concern of anyone buying a car today is service. At Roberts Motors, we pride ourselves in exceptional service before, after, and during the sale. Stop in today and see why Roberts has been the home of happy customers since 1949. Or see us online at RiverBender.com.
The guy of the night here because he's kicking off for the 6th time for the Eagles, and he lets it go and squibs one, taken by one of the up. Well, it's not taken by one of the up men. He tried to pick it up 3 times and finally had to turn around and fall on it for the Explorers. That was Will Hurst, a sophomore linebacker and tight end.
Will's probably not too used to picking that ball up.
Well, he reached down once, Didn't have it. Reached down a second time and didn't have it. And the third time he said, you know what, I better just fall on it.
Well, after the first time, then you become panic mode.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're heading after me.
So now the Explorers will try to get it going again now with just 48 seconds remaining in the half. Trey Aguirre in the shotgun formation. Takes the snap. Gives it to Peebles, sweeping the right side. Gets a nice block out in front and crosses the 30. Takes it out to the 31-yard line.
Yeah, there's Jeremy Strebel with a nice lead block there that gave him a few more yards than what he would have gotten otherwise.
194 yards passing on the night for Adam Hill and 4 touchdowns.
And we haven't yet got to halftime.
Peebles, a 4-yard carry. He was bumped out of bounds, so that stopped the clock with 43 seconds remaining. But apparently somebody was injured here on the near sideline. I don't know if it was somebody that was in on the play. Is that Peebles? Yeah, it was Peebles. He was slow to get up. And since it was right in the middle of his own bench, apparently initially nobody noticed. And now...
Got a hitch in his giddy up there.
Yes, he does. And apparently the Explorers finally took a timeout with 43 seconds remaining. Well, we're awfully glad you tuned in. We're doing again this year for the umpteenth year what we always do here on the Big Z and try to bring you as much high school football here in the River Bend as we can. Last night you heard live the Alton Redbirds right here at Public School Stadium as they opened their season against Rock Island. And then game 2 was CM and Roxana. Not good nights for Alton or Roxana, but nonetheless, the season underway and rolling.
Yeah, and I think Roxana was kind of an interesting situation. They had the starting quarterback not playing in the first half, and yet they were very competitive after they got the first unit together.
2nd and 6, Explorers pass over the middle. What a catch! What a catch and what a hit! And now we have the receiver slow in getting up, and making that reception was Brian Nagy. He went high in the air out at the 45-yard line, and he was just drilled, but he held on.
Sam, I'm 50 yards away, and my back's hurting for him.
And now I'm trying to figure out how long a completion that was, but it was a spectacular 15-yard reception. And now Aguirre under pressure just throws it away here on the near sideline. Brian Nagy with his 3rd reception of the night, and that's one he'll remember. He may feel that one in the morning.
He would love to forget it, I think, at least the end result. And guess what? There's more laundry on the lawn.
The flag in the Explorer backfield. It's a personal foul against it's a personal foul against Civic Memorial. They may have roughed the passer. So that'll be a 15-yard walk-off against the Eagles. We've had plenty of penalties here tonight. The Eagles, the more penalized team, they've got 100 yards in penalties. 9 penalties for 100 yards. Marquette penalized 6 times for 60 yards.
24 seconds to go. They still got 2 or 3 opportunities to head to the end zone, maybe.
That's the 6th first down of the night for the Explorers. 1st and 10 at the 44 of the Eagles. Receivers left and right. Aguirre under center takes the snap. 3-step drop now. He lets it go deep down the right sideline, and it's incomplete. Very nearly intercepted by Brett Lane.
Yeah, good job there by the receiver, turning to be a good defender that time, as Brian Nagy realized he wasn't going to be able to catch the ball, but he was able to knock it out of the defender's hand.
Aguirre has thrown the football 17 times, completed 7 for 68 yards. Marquette has 2 turnovers on the night, a pair of fumbles lost. They've actually fumbled 6 times, lost 2 of them. The Eagles lead it 43-0 with 17 seconds remaining in the half. 2nd and 10 Explorers at the Eagle 44-yard line. Aguirre takes the snap, drops to throw, looks right now, rolls to his left, looking downfield, directing traffic, lets it go downfield, and that is incomplete, off the hands of the intended receiver, and then very nearly intercepted on the rebound.
Well, Aguirre was trying to get the receiver to go a little deeper. I think he wanted to try to go down the field and see if he could draw the defender towards him. That didn't work, and he just said just kind of a little toss over the top, falls incomplete.
He looked like Fran Tarkenton back there scrambling around and directing traffic. Now, you knew who I was talking about.
I got that one.
That makes us both old.
I got that one.
A lot of people say, Fran, who? Didn't he do commercials on TV? 3rd and 10 at the Eagle 44 for the Explorers. Here in the waning seconds, just 7 seconds remaining in the half. Back to throw, Aguirre over the middle, and that is incomplete. That hit an Eagle defender, I think, either in the shoulder pad or the helmet. With his back turned to the line of scrimmage, he didn't even know it was coming.
It's going to give the Explorers one more attempt to see if they can go deep. Can they get Peebles down the sideline?
4th down for Marquette at the Eagle 44-yard line. 4th and 10 with 2.1 seconds remaining. And Aguirre brings the team to the line of scrimmage. A pair of receivers to each side of the field. Maher now in the backfield with Aguirre. And Trey takes the snap, drops the throw, lets it go deep down the left sideline, and that is incomplete. And that is the final play of the first half of action here at Public School Stadium in Alton. At halftime, the score, the Civic Memorial Eagles 43, the Marquette Explorers nothing. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Dad, the toilet's clogged again.
Ruderman to the rescue. We'll clean any drain, anytime, anywhere. Ruderman is your locally owned and operated plumbing and drain cleaning company. We're friendly, fast, and reliable. Ruderman takes the extra steps to protect your home while providing stellar 24-hour emergency superhero service with hometown pricing. So for plumbing repairs, drain cleaning, water heaters, filtration systems, or just when your house pipes are in trouble, call Ruderman.
Warm-up period on the clock. And for the last 2 minutes, nobody's been warming up. They've all been standing around watching the clock, waiting for it to finish running down. I think at some point in time, each coach could say, we're warm, let's go.
Well, but the thing of it is, according to IHSA and National Federation, it has to be provided. It's called in the scriptures, cover thy butt. We've offered you the time. If you didn't take advantage of it, that's your problem.
That's it. So back deep for Marquette to receive this kick. Davion Peebles along with Jesse Simmons.
Now, the Piasaw Birds last night opened up the second half with an 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Michael Nolte. See if the Explorers could do the same here.
It's going to be Simmons from his own 14, out across the 20 to the 25. Still on his feet across the 30. Finally stacked up, breaks a couple of tackles, and a nice hard run by Jesse Simmons all the way out to the 40-yard line.
Not only did he get out to the 40-yard line, but after he was hit, he picked up another 8 to 10 yards, and you always like that after the first contact is made, that kind of determination.
Looks like he's got his mind made up to win the second half.
Now, if he can just get 10 more guys out there on the same page.
So the Explorers, who did very little on offense, save for one long drive that came up just shy, will start 1st and 10 from their own 40. And Aguirre, quick pass out to the right side. He's got his man, and a gain of a couple of yards. And I think, I'm trying to pick up the number. Looks like it may have been Strable. And a gain of only 2.
Yeah, the Eagles are looking for that pass, and they're jumping to the ball as soon as it goes in the air.
And now Peebles run up the gut.
Peebles is saying, Coach, that's not really where I want to go. There's a lot of meat inside there.
Nothing doing there. Well, he got a yard. And now, suddenly, Marquette finds itself in 3rd and long. 3rd and 8 from their own 42-yard line. Just underway here in the second half. Civic Memorial leading 43-0. They won last year 49-7. Back to throw Aguirre. Lets it go out to the right side. A diving catch made out there shy of the first down.
Got to know where the yard lines are there.
Yeah, that was Jesse Simmons. Well, Aguirre underthrew it, and Simmons had to dive back for it.
Yep.
And so a pickup of 6 on that play brings about 4th and 2. I think initially, Simmons had advanced beyond the first down marker, but had to dive back to make the catch. 4th and 2 Explorers. Here's the give to Peebles, trying to work the right side. Peebles being stacked up right at the 50-yard line, and he needed the 50 to get the first down. Let's see where they spot the football. He got the first down.
Looks like a pretty good spot there, as he had good second and third effort there.
So a gain of 2 by Davion Peebles and a first down for the Explorers. And that's what they'll be attempting to do here in the second half, is just move those chains.
First possession, first down, that's what you're looking for. Now go get another one just like the other one.
2 receivers wide to the left side, McAfee along with Simmons. Nagy and Strable ride wide right, and now the linesman on the far sideline, eagle-eyed over there, spots an eagle in the neutral zone and calls offside. Now I'm looking right down to 50. See where I am?
Yes.
Looking right down the 50-yard line. The line of scrimmage was the 50-yard line. I didn't see a soul in the neutral zone.
Nope.
But I'm a long way away, so.
And I never question the officials. So.
Well, I'm not questioning the official. I'm just telling you I didn't see it. I told you he was eagle-eyed.
Oh.
Much better eyesight than I have.
The Eagle bench didn't think he was eagle-eyed.
8:15 and counting remaining in the third quarter. 1st and 5 Explorers at the 45 of the Eagles. A man in motion to the left side. Aguirre. Long count. Takes the snap, runs the option to the left side, pitches back to Peebles, and that play had no chance from the beginning. He lost 2 yards.
Yeah, big Elijah Jones there was coming across, and there's a situation where your quarterback and the pitchman too close to each other. You got to be 45 degrees apart there, but you have to be about 5 to 6 yards apart. One guy with a big wingspan takes care of both of them.
2nd and 7 Marquette. The clock rolling with 7.5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. 43-0 Eagles. Aguirre, quick pass out to the left side. He underthrew Simmons. He had him wide open and underthrew him. Simmons tried to make a diving attempt coming back towards the football, but couldn't get there. It's going to be 3rd and 7.
You got to get that pass up. You got to allow your receiver an opportunity to not only catch the ball, but make some yardage afterwards. If they have to dive, play's going to be over there even if they do make the catch.
Aguirre has completed 9 of 23 pass attempts for 76 yards. 3rd and 7 Explorers at the Eagle 47-yard line. Aguirre back to throw, under pressure, lets it go out to the left side, completes it to Jesse Simmons, who has a first down to the 39-yard line of the Eagles. A gain of 8 and another first down for the Explorers.
Jaquan Adams in there on the stop, but a good catch there as he looked that one into his hands. Then as he spun out, was wrapped up at the spot, but another good gain. And as you said, another first down. We won another one just like the other one.
Simmons, 4 receptions for 31 yards. 1st and 10 Marquette at the 39 of Civic Memorial. Strable and Nagy wide to the right side. Simmons and McAfee wide left. Here's a fake handoff to Peebles. Quick pass out here for Brady McAfee. And he tried to pick that one up off the shoe tops and couldn't hang on. Again, a low throw. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, you recall in the first half, Aguirre was having trouble throwing off that back foot, and the passes were sailing over the receivers. It's almost as though he's overcompensated. Not really that he's up on that front foot, but it seems like he's holding on to the ball just an instant too long.
2nd and 10 Marquette at the Eagle 39-yard line. Nagy and Strable wide to the right side. Simmons and McAfee wide left. Back to throw, Aguirre, quick pass out here to Jesse Simmons, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. Spin move down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line. And a gain of 11 on that play and another Marquette first down.
Yeah, should have been about a 5-yard gain, but he made the first guy miss him, then the second guy miss him, and finally the third guy he spun off of, but he was able to hold on, bring him down on the 29.
9 first downs on the night for the Explorers. 1st and 10 for Marquette. Aguirre back to throw. Lee lofts it deep down the left side. He's got Simmons at the 5. Touchdown, Jesse Simmons.
And that pass was set up by the pump fake. It drew that corner up, gave Simmons the opportunity to blow right by the defender.
A 29-yard touchdown pass from Trey Aguirre to Jesse Simmons, and the Explorers are on the board, and that was a beautifully thrown ball.
Yeah, that one he had the arch on it, had the loft on it, and laid it right into his hands, but an excellent pattern run, and I say, again, the key was the play fake. That little pump froze that defender.
And now the extra point attempt upcoming. The touchdown stopped the clock with 4:42 remaining here in the third quarter. Liam Maher will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Trey Aguirre. The snap, the spot, the kick. It's up high, long, and it's good. 4:42 remaining third quarter. The score now, Civic Memorial 43, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Roper's Regal Beagle, located on Godfrey Road, is the Metro East premier sports bar and grill. Open Sunday through Thursday till 2 a.m. and Fridays and Saturdays till 3 a.m. At Roper's Regal Beagle, you will enjoy some of the area's best pizza from their wood-fired pizza oven. There is also a full kitchen offering a huge variety, as well as a soup and salad bar. Sports fans, Roper's Regal Beagle is the place to watch the game. 27 TVs, NFL ticket, Big Ten, Pac-12, and streaming local high school sports.
Sam Stem back at Public Schools Stadium. Marquette on the board. They took the second half kickoff, put together a 60-yard touchdown drive, and Jesse Simmons was kind of the centerpiece of that drive. He had the kickoff return, caught a number of passes. Let's see, 4 passes on the drive, including the 29-yard touchdown reception.
Now, of course, it's key for the Explorers to come back, get that defense on the field. More importantly, get that defense off the field with a stop.
Simmons, 6 receptions for 71 yards, and you can see the importance of getting the football in his hands. He's a tough runner after he catches the ball. So now Liam Maher with the ball teed at his own 40-yard line. Will kick it away. And lost one right down the middle, and Whitworth has to go right between his legs, turns around, picks it up, and now he's got a big seam, and he might go. He's at midfield. One man has an angle. Can he get him? No. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, John Whitworth. An 80-yard touchdown return. He had trouble picking it up at the 20. It went through his legs. He turned around, grabbed it, and immediately found an opening and was gone.
Yeah, he picked that thing up like a loaf of bread with one hand. Once he tucked it under, as you said, he did what he does best. Head down the sideline, and it looked as though there was one Explorer that might have the angle on him, but he just kind of put it in overdrive, went all the way in for the touchdown, another demoralizing drive.
Whitworth's third touchdown of the night. He might be our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. Adam Hill has a chance to be our Munganast Alton Toyota Player of the Game. You throw Jesse Simmons in there just to have somebody on the Marquette side of the ledger, and we've got some contenders for that honor.
Well, Whitworth is definitely doing everything he needs to do and more for the Eagles tonight.
And, of course, that was the last thing that Marquette wanted to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Hall with the extra point attempt to kick up high, long, and good.
Yeah, I didn't mean for the defense to get off the field that quickly.
It never got on.
Yeah, really.
4:22 remaining in the third quarter. The score now, Civic Memorial 50, Marquette 7. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At Shell Community Federal Credit Union, you are important. We work hard to ensure you have the best banking experience possible. Whether you are inquiring about opening a savings account or wanting to learn more about a loan, our professionals are here to help you with any questions, and we will walk you through every step of the process. Since opening our doors in 1935, we've never forgotten that our members are our most important asset, which is why we continue to excel. For all your banking needs, Shell is the one place to go.
FM, 1570 AM. Riverbend High School football on a big night for the CM Eagles and their fans. A big contingent of Eagle fans here at Public School Stadium in Alton. The Eagles lead the Explorers 50-7 with 4:22 remaining in the third quarter. And now here's the kick, and Davian Peebles will return from his own 20. Out across the 25, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, but then brought down after taking it out to about the 27-yard line.
He wanted desperately to get over to the far side of the field, but there was just not going to happen as there were too many Eagles staying in their lanes.
Well, you have to be impressed with what you've seen from the Eagles here tonight. The Eagles, white jerseys, white pants, white helmets. I don't think I ever remember them in white helmets before. The Explorers in all blue, blue jerseys, blue pants, and their silver helmets. But the Eagles have just played almost an error-free ball game.
I can't remember the last time I've seen the visiting stands as full as they are over there.
It's good to see, isn't it?
There's some happy campers, and I like those white T-shirts down there. Student body section for CM. You love seeing that kind of support and school spirit.
1st and 10 Explorers from their own 27-yard line. Trey Aguirre, the senior quarterback, in the pistol formation. Takes the snap, 3-step drop, lets it go over the middle, and it's incomplete. Well, it was intercepted. No, it wasn't intercepted, but interference against the Eagles. Brady McAfee was the intended receiver.
Yeah, Austin Eaton simply got lost right there in the middle and ran right into him.
So that'll be another major penalty against the Eagles. Their 11th penalty of the night for 120 yards. Eagle head coach Justin Winslow not here tonight for personal reasons.
We might mention also, though, Eaton, the guy who was guilty of that penalty, a sophomore in the secondary there.
Mike Parmentier on the sideline tonight for the Eagles, serving in the role as head coach. He's got some experience.
Here and there and everywhere. Lost his last game, though, I believe, didn't he?
Yes, he did in the state championship. Oh, incomplete pass from McGuire, intended for Jeremy Strable. He was wide open at the Eagle 40-yard line and tried to run before he caught the football.
Yeah, the only thing I can tell you is the sun must have gotten in his eyes. It was there for the taking.
And had he caught it, I think he might have gone all the way.
Green grass ahead of him, that's for sure.
Sometimes you can be too wide open. I know I was always concerned about that. What happens if I get too wide open? Never happened.
No.
Back to throw Aguirre on 2nd and 10. Lets it go deep down the middle. Brady McAfee there. He's got the football all the way down to the Eagle 34-yard line. A 24-yard completion from Aguirre to McAfee.
Shane Spell in there on the tackle, but as you said, McAfee not only running a good route, but going up, despite the fact that he got knocked off his pegs last time, he went up strong to get that ball.
2 catches for 42 yards for McAfee. Now another pass over the middle. This one's picked off. This time, Austin Eaton has the football and returns it back to his own 36-yard line. And so the third turnover of the night for the Explorers, and that time McGuire just threw into coverage.
Well, I wish he had checked his receivers because there was congestion in the middle of the field. All of the defenders had grouped there. Peoples had gone out into the flat with a little swing pattern. There was nobody over there. The only white jerseys near him were on the sideline on the far side. Easy to see from up here.
So 3 turnovers on the night for the Explorers, and the Eagle offense for the first time in the second half will come onto the field because Marquette took the second half kickoff, drove 60 yards for a touchdown, then the Eagles returned the ensuing kickoff for a touchdown. So as Marquette turns it over on the interception, the Eagle offense for the first time here in the second half comes onto the field with the clock running with less than 10 seconds remaining in the third quarter. And they may not take a snap. They don't. And the third quarter ends. The score, the Civic Memorial Eagles 50, the Marquette Explorers 7. Back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts?
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to State Farm agent Tom Lane to help you plan for your future today.
STEM back at West Elementary School, adjacent to West Public School Stadium. And the Civic Memorial Eagles with this one well in hand, leading 50-7 as we begin the fourth quarter. The Eagles send sophomore Braden Pierce onto the field to run the offense. He sets up in the pistol formation, turns, and completes a pass out to the right side. Back to the line of scrimmage goes the receiver, Jack Walker, and no gain on the play.
Jeremy Strable over there quickly to bring him down, as you said, for no gain on the play.
Walker's first reception of the night. It'll be 2nd and 10 Eagles from their own 37. You might ask, why are they throwing the football with a 43-point lead in the fourth quarter? Well, that's their offense.
Well, and the thing of it is, you can throw the ball here with a running clock. It's not like it's going to take you forever.
Right, and now here's the handoff, and right up the middle, the running back down the right sideline. There he goes, Zach Williams. Williams caught from behind all the way down at the Marquette 25-yard line, a 38-yard run by Zach Williams.
It looked like Zach Williams had been watching John Whitworth because he had a very similar run there and very good results as well.
3 carries for 51 yards for Zach Williams, 1st and 10 Eagles. That's their first down of the second half, but only their third play from scrimmage.
One first down, 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm. Well, the Eagles have done it every which way. 4 touchdown passes by Adam Hill, 3 touchdowns by John Whitworth, 2 rushing and 1 on a kick return. Now a high snap, and the quarterback Pierce had to go back and cover it. So that'll go as about an 8-yard, 9-yard loss as that snap. And I'm sure they've got all kinds of reserves in there. I think all those uniforms are awfully clean.
They're awfully white, yes.
So an 8-yard loss.
One of the linemen in there is Jordan Stegner. Of course, he was one of the original offensive linemen. Looks like Peyton Phillips is in there as well. Still see Elijah Jones out there.
Well, now I don't know. Looked like they walked 5 yards back the other way, and I'm not sure why, unless there was a penalty of some kind. Another high snap, and now the ball on the ground, and a big pile up, and the Eagles just committed their first turnover of the night. It was a high snap. Pierce brought it down, then tried to fake a handoff, and in doing so, the ball went loose on the ground, and then there was a big pile up, and the Explorers have recovered the fumble.
Hit the ball
Eagles'
off the
first
hip.
turnover of the night. I don't think anybody on the CM coaching staff is going to be too concerned about that. You had the second team in there.
Well, I see Griffin Courtois is a 6'2", 220-pound sophomore. He's out there on defense for the Eagles as they're getting the younger guys in the game.
The Eagles don't play a Valley game until week 4. They travel to Mattoon next week and then open at home on September 11th against Effingham, all non-conference. Quick pass out to the left side. Brady McAfee slips a tackle. McAfee still on his feet. And an 8-yard gain for Brady McAfee on the pass reception from Trey Aguirre, but there's a flag on the play. Actually, it was Jesse Simmons with the reception that time. Let's see what this flag is all about.
The way he spun him around, it made me wonder if it was going to be a flag on the defense, but it looks like it's going to be an offensive.
Hold against Marquette. Wow, you got to hold real quick because that was a quick play, wasn't it? The ball hit the quarterback's hands and out it came, and they got him for a hold nonetheless.
That was such a quick play, you could almost play boo defense. Just say boo at that defender coming across, and the ball be gone before you get through.
The first penalty of the second half against the Explorers. Civic Memorial leads at 50-7. We're down to 7:50 and counting remaining in the fourth quarter. 1st and 20 for the Explorers. Aguirre in trouble. Scrambling out of there. Now lets the pass go downfield. Jesse Simmons has the reception all the way out at the 41-yard line. Let's see where they say he stepped out at the 39. So that is a completion of 14 yards.
Still going to need about 6 yards for a first down here.
162 yards passing for Aguirre and 85 yards receiving for Jesse Simmons. Now they're second down and 6 for the Explorers from their own 39. Aguirre with trips to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. Rolls to the right now, pitches it back to Peebles, and Peebles on his horse. Peebles across midfield, breaks a tackle. He's going to go. Davian Peebles, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Marquette Explorers. Damian Peebles, 61 yards.
Well, you mentioned earlier how small he was, not much of a target, and the Eagles really couldn't get a good, clean shot at him, and as a result, he heads all the way down to the east end zone for the touchdown.
89 yards rushing for Davian Peebles tonight, and a touchdown. Diavion, we're told. Diavion. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I don't care what you call him. You got to call him fast, and you got to call him quick, and you got to call him pretty darn good.
Well, when he scores a touchdown, then we get his name right. Diavion Peebles, 61 yards. It comes with 6:43 remaining in the fourth quarter. And we said Marquette wanted to try to come out and win the second half, and so far they are.
Yes.
Now Liam Mayer's extra point is up, high, long, and good.
Now they
Diavion Peebles, a 61-yard touchdown run, and it cuts the CM lead to 50-14. You were saying.
Well, and now you've got to make sure that your special teams does their job this time. Don't let them have that run back. Let the defense go out on the field and let them gain a little confidence by making a stop.
And that was, let's talk a minute about that play. That was a well-constructed play. They snapped the ball to Aguirre, who was in the pistol formation. Peebles was out to his right, and Aguirre gave it a little bit of an indication that he might want to throw the football, just a beat.
Yep.
And with that, the defensive line advanced towards Aguirre. He then stepped up, had a good angle to Peebles, pitched it back to him, and Peebles was full steam ahead down the right sideline.
And he got one or two nice blocks here down the sideline, but basically he simply outran the defenders. But as you said, that one little play fake kind of suckered in the defense, and that resulted in the success.
So Peebles with the 61-yard touchdown run. Liam Mayer added the extra point, and it's 50-14. Civic Memorial on top. The clock will run again once the ball is kicked away. So that CM turnover leads to an Explorer touchdown drive. And that'll be a teaching moment in practice this coming week. See what happens when you turn the ball over.
And, of course, a lot of the players out there for
Yes.
CM are younger kids now, and they're learning. And, of course, the head coaches and the assistant coaches, they don't mind at all chewing out those underclassmen to whip them into shape, so to speak.
Mayer kicks it away and sails it into the end zone. That was his best kick of the night. He hasn't had a whole lot of practice, though.
Well, I'll tell you
it's
what.
only his third time.
There was going to be no run back on that at all. That was into the end zone in the air.
So the Eagle second string offense will be back out there again. They didn't take their first snap on offense in the second half until the first play of the fourth quarter. Eventually turned it over, fumbled the football away. Marquette struck in quick fashion. So we said at halftime, the Marquette coaches tell the team, hey boys, let's win the second half. So far it's 14-7 Marquette in the second half.
And that's what you're looking for, something positive to take into week 2.
Something to build on. Meanwhile, to be fair to CM, they've been playing backups much of the second half as well. So Pierce takes another high snap, hands it off, and the running play picks up some good yardage out to the 25-yard line. On the carry that time, it was Ronnie Alessandrini.
Okay, I'm glad you got to say that first and not me.
Hey, I messed up the avion, so.
Yeah. In any event, it was a good run there. You were mentioning the CM playing some backups, and these two teams, neither one of them, I think, really want to run the score up on the other because they both need each other for this Week 1 contest year in and year out.
Allison Drini, again, a 2-yard pickup that time. And it's going to be 3rd and 3 Eagles. The clock rolling now with 5:50 remaining in the football game. CM will start 1-0 again this year. They started 2-0 last year, then went 1-6 in their final 7 games. They'll want to do better than that this year. Marquette started 0-2 last year, then went 5-2 in their final 7 games. And Marquette, I don't think, will be satisfied with anything less than a conference championship when Prairie State Conference play starts in Week 3. Now, another running play goes nowhere. Alessandrini, that time buried by a host of Explorer tacklers. And he lost 2 yards. And for the first time tonight, CM may punt.
There we go. Well, as you said, Marquette, once they get into the Prairie State, I think they know that they can play with any of those teams. Going to be a difficult trip in a few weeks when they head north to Nokomis. That's always a difficult place to play. And, of course, Pawnee the last several years has been a pretty strong team in the Prairie State as well.
Well, both Nokomis and Pawnee beat Marquette here last year. And both were games, when the game ended, Marquette shook its head and couldn't figure out how they lost the game.
Yeah.
They somehow snatched defeat from the jaws of victory.
Well, I think the same thing happened a couple years ago up at Nokomis.
Well, yeah.
An outstanding game all the way to the end, and it was a 50-48 count or something like that.
That was one where Nokomis thought they had Marquette beat, and somehow Marquette rallied. And Marquette, in 3 years in the Prairie State, the first 2 years, they beat Nokomis in what turned out to be the conference championship games, and Nokomis couldn't figure out how they'd lost them. And then last year, Marquette lost to Nokomis here and couldn't figure out how they lost it. And then Pawnee, after a couple of years out of the conference, came in last year and won the conference championship and picked up a victory here. So Marquette will have to beat Nokomis and Pawnee on the road this year if they want to contend for the conference championship. And that's not to overlook anybody else in the conference either. Of course, the Eagles and the always tough Valley. Now the Eagles get the punt away. It's a high, short, shanked kick that takes a Marquette bounce and is finally downed at the Eagle 41-yard line. And the Explorers will have 4 minutes and 50 seconds to try to get on the scoreboard again, and that's something I think they'd like to do.
Well, it's going to be a quick 4 minutes and 50 seconds because the play will not be stopping as it's a running clock. But as you said, one more score could really make a difference.
So the Explorer offense back out onto the field. Senior quarterback Trey Aguirre will lead the team to the line of scrimmage.
Even if you give up 50, you sure would like to score 20. That's a lot better than being in the teens, as they say.
And now the Explorers apparently don't have all the right personnel out there. I don't know that they've marked the ball. I guess they have marked the ball ready for play. We're down to 4 minutes, so they chewed up almost a minute just trying to get out there and get set. So Aguirre takes the snap, runs the option to the left side, pitches it back, and here's McAfee, and he lost the football. And a pile up after a gain of about 11. Aguirre pitched that one about 5 yards downfield, and McAfee, as he was going down the sideline, just had the ball stripped away, but he got the ball back after an 11-yard pickup and a first down.
But I like the whole concept of that play. You send Peoples in motion this way, well, he's going to draw some attention. Then you go back the other way and run the option, and even though the ball was pitched downfield, it still resulted in more positive yards.
12 first downs on the night for the Explorers now. They went 3/4 of the first half without getting one. Now Aguirre, quick pass out to the left side. Jesse Simmons, nice dance moves out there, still on his feet. And Simmons, a gain of about 8. And it was mostly Simmons and his dance moves.
Well, if he keeps moving like that, somebody's going to pull a rope out and they're going to have tied around his legs because there's just no other way of stopping him when he's moving like that.
170 yards passing for Trey Aguirre. Jesse Simmons now with 93 yards receiving and a touchdown. 2nd and 2, Marquette at the 22 of the Eagles. McGuire takes the snap, hands it to Peebles. He's got some running room to the right side. Finds an opening inside the 10 and down to the 7-yard line. DeAvion Peoples, a gain of 16 and another Marquette first down.
Well, DeAvion, however we want to call it, Mr. Peoples, he was able to turn that corner and really turn on the Jets, utilizing that speed, and that's what he's got.
Peebles, 13 carries for 105 yards. 1st and goal, Explorers at the 8 of the Eagles. The clock rolling with 1:55 remaining in the 4th quarter. McGuire takes the snap, hands it to Peebles, running room to the left side, gets a block, one man to beat as he turns the corner. He's down to the pylon, and he is shy. Run out of bounds at the 1-yard line after a 7-yard carry.
Oh, I'll tell you what, that was a tremendous run, tremendous effort. It looked like 2 different guys had the angle on him, and he simply headed for that pylon, almost got there.
He got a nice block, too, by Jeremy Strable, who sealed the edge. But then one of the defensive backs came up, and that's who challenged Peebles. Now, 2nd and goal, Explorers at the 1. And they go with a tight formation here and put a man in motion. The snap on the ground, and Liam Mayer picks it up and takes it towards the goal line and did not get in. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 1.
And Peebles is over here on the sideline now, and he says, hey, wait a minute. I got us all the way down to the doorstep. You're not going to let me go through?
And I'm not sure I like the tight formation at the goal line. I think if you stay in that spread, you spread the defense out.
Well, you've got some more seams there that you can run through.
3rd and goal, Explorers at the 1-yard line. There's a snap to Aguirre. He takes it himself right up the middle, and Trey Aguirre is in for the touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run for the Explorers. It comes with the clock still rolling. They can stop it now with the touchdown. 19 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter, and the Explorers do hit the 20-point mark. We'll try to add 21 right here.
They're, of course, going to make him put the time back on the clock, and I don't think there's probably anybody on either side of the field or in either stand that really cares. Yeah.
You don't care, do you?
I don't care.
I don't care either. Now Liam Maher, the extra point attempt out of the hold of Trey Aguirre. The kick is up high, long, and good. 19 seconds remaining in this football game. The score is Civic Memorial 50, Marquette 21. You're listening to Big Z Radio Sports.
At 4204 Main Street Brewing Company, we believe that great food paired with our own locally brewed craft beer is a staple in life, and we want to share that experience. At 4204, you will find a menu that complements our very own award-winning craft beers, and we serve the area's best 100% certified Angus steaks and burgers. You can find us in both Alton by the Alton Square Mall and at our original location at 4204 West Main Street in Belleville. Come visit 4204 Main Street Brewing Company today for an experience you won't soon forget.
Shake hands.
Well, as soon as they kick the ball, the clock will start, and regardless, unless somebody runs it back for a touchdown, this game will end before they can get the offense and defense out there to run another play. CM leads at 50-21. We said Marquette would try to win the second half. They have, 21-7. But CM won the first half by an even bigger margin. They kick it deep, and the Eagles will return from the 10 to the 15 to the 20 and out to the 29-yard line goes, I think that was Austin Eaton.
Mm-hmm.
But it matters not, because the final 3 seconds tick off and the final score. The Civic Memorial Eagles defeat the Marquette Explorers 50-21. We'll keep it right here and wrap it up.